Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. My name is Denise Hutchins and I'm broadcasting to you from Studio Mikarts. Our charity of the month is Best Friends Animal Society, and you can help me, help them, help the animals in two ways. One, donate to our Twitch fundraiser that's going on right now, or just watch my stream and bring your friends because I'll be making a donation at the end of the month based on my unique viewers count. Today is Thursday, which means it's time for more illustration, and I'm going to be picking up where I left off yesterday, sketching more bees, and hopefully today we won't have any technical difficulties with my camera and I'll be able to sketch the whole time. We'll see though. It gave me a little trouble when I first started OBS today, so we'll just see. We're just gonna wait and see how it goes. So here's what we did yesterday. Some sketches of what I decided on was Hunt's bumblebees, just because they're near me and that makes it easy to choose. Choose someone who lives nearby out of the probably hundreds of species of bees and bumblebees. Just pick somebody who lives nearby. This page is where I left off yesterday, sketching these wings, doing a little detail sketching. So let's just pick back up and fill this page with more detail sketching from another picture. Let's go. This is an interesting one. So I was focusing on bees that are flying, but it is nice to get more different angles of wings, and it's easier to see them when they're not flying. Oh, I'll post the link again, too, of where I'm looking to find these reference images. My keyboard is up here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here's the link. Copy, and I'm going to put that in the chat. Paste. Chat. Boom! That's where I'm looking. If you also want to see these amazing bumblebee photos that everybody has posted to iNaturalist. Now, let me try to get back to the gallery. There we go. Let's see. Well, I guess I'll just start at the top. So I skipped all these images. I was trying to find flying photos. Well, this person has little orange parts on their legs. Interesting. Oh, I wonder what that's about. That's so interesting. I didn't notice that on. Maybe this fellow has collected a bunch of pollen or something. So this is the same part of the body where it said, and I took notes of it here in my sketching. It said something like, pollen press. Oh, but this is the bottom part. I wonder why its legs are all big. Huh. That, you can't even see what I'm looking at though. Unless you click on that link or type that link in. It's like the second or third image on the... Of course, by the time you look at it, it might be different in that gallery. But what I want to focus on is the wings. Because we've already got these nice wings drawn here. So let's draw some more wings. So what I'm looking at is the overall shape in general. What makes it the wings of this particular type of bumblebee versus a different type. Because of course the individuals will have different unique shapes to them, but the parts that make them the same is what make them this species. So I'm seeing a little triangle shape there caused by a vein coming out into the wing and this big long vein that goes all the way down the upper edge of the wing. And then there's this one. And these other wings, I noted a vein along the bottom edge up until this point. It's really hard to see in this photo though. I had to actually look for it. And then we just have, so there's another vein coming out from where it sticks out here. And then it also connects over here. Another little vein coming out there. So here is where it seems to be a little different from member to member of the species. Since the bee that I drew yesterday had 2 veins coming down the middle. I guess this one also does, but it's a lot smaller. So it just goes right here. This one came way down like that. Although that's the wrong side wing. So I guess it is the same. It's the same triangle shape. Okay. Looks like it might connect over to this side too. I can't tell. It's a lot harder to see on this reference. And then the veins actually end. So let's see. We've got this one here. This is not to scale. I'm just trying to get the basics down. And then this one. This one makes a shape. And there's one that comes down like that. I'm trying to tell whether these veins generally grow along the same paths, or if there's any variance between different bees, different individuals. The big thing I'm seeing is the veins don't really go very far, if they go at all, down into this area. Down here it's just this sort of film kind of texture. And you can see, I've been calling it ripples. Changes in the surface like this. Something like that. It really looks like it connects here. There's like a little line I can see, and then there's a fuzzy part coming out the top. Yeah, it looks like the fuzzy, it's sort of like a shoulder blade. The wing comes out. This should actually go up higher. Like that. Okay. So this little I'm really interested in why this bee has orange legs. It's like it has really thick orange thighs. I want to see if I can I don't know how to search this. Let's see if I can. Oh, look, here's a bunch of them. Here's some other ones that have it. So this is the kind of thing I'm seeing. Like how their legs are really orange, and I don't know if it would be best described as swollen or if that's just how they are. Here's someone. What are the orange things on bumblebee's legs? Yeah, I want to know about it. Oh, here's a page calling this a... Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Missing thick thighs. That part of my search didn't help. But here's bumblebee.org, and it looks like they have an explanation. There's a bunch of ads on this page, so I won't show it on my camera, but it says, workers and queens have 2 pollen baskets, one each on the outside surface of each hind leg. The pollen basket is easy to spot. When it is empty, it is a large, flat, shiny area with spiky hairs around the edge. When it is full, it contains pollen, which is often yellow, orange, or red. Wonder what they do with it. Loading pollen into the pollen basket. Pollen is loaded at the bottom of the pollen basket, so the pollen that has been pushed toward the top is from flowers the bumblebee visited earliest on her foraging trip. When a pollen basket is full, it can weigh as much as 0.01 grams and contain as much as 1 million pollen grains. So for those of you who buy bee pollen to eat as a health supplement, just think of the work that has gone into gathering it. I'm glad that they have that kind of sentiment because it's really hard work and then we take it away from them. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. When pollen baskets are full, they bulge out and are quite easy to spot. Okay, well, I won't keep reading, but that's what this is. Pollen, collected pollen. I love this. I get to learn as I draw, not just learn something visual, but learn the, I don't know, lifestyle? I don't know how to explain it. The lifestyle of a different animal each time I do these pieces. Something like that. I'm just drawing this basic shapes of this bee. The wings are tucked back. They are so cute. So cute. Just drawing circles for the fuzzy parts. And then another row. Another row, and then the little black part at the bottom. And so here's where the legs are coming out. And there's this big part of the leg, and then there's this pollen bulging out like that. And then here's that little foot. And on the other side, you can see it too. And you can sort of see the front legs doing stuff, but it's pretty blurry at this point. So cute. Can't see the head because it's busy. The head is busy. I was hatching in the parts that are black. Actually, this wing should be a tad bit longer. Okay, let's look at another picture. I had been on one that seemed really good for wings, but then I went back to share this gallery. Oh, it was this one. Can't see the whole wing, but you can see one pretty well from the side. And it is nice to see them from different angles, because not every bee should be flat on from up and behind. That's especially when I'm trying to do lots and lots of animals in these scenes. It's boring to have just a few angles. Like, let's try to get lots of different. So maybe we'll even have a bee that's like flying above us and we're seeing underneath, or you know, something like that. But that's why I am just as interested in the side view, even though there's not much to it. But you can see it doesn't lie flat. There's some angle to it, even when you're looking at it from the side. It's not a flat piece of paper. It's a flying organ or something. I don't know what you would call it. Limb? It's like a limb? I'm not sure what the word would be to describe this. And I think I'm seeing, just barely, it's super transparent, but I think I'm barely seeing, and there's a little nick in it. That secondary wing. You can still sort of see the veins even from the side. It's hard to tell how it attaches. It gets really dark up here, so it's just sort of a... You can see the edge. You can't really see exactly what's going on here. That's probably good enough. But there's also the wing on the other side, which you can't see too well because the fuzzy body is sticking out. So there's all this fuzzy. And then the wing is coming out at about the same height here. It's sticking out this way. Something like that. Okay, let's go find another one. Did I draw this one already? I don't think so. There's another one from the top and behind, but well, it's taking a little while to load. There we go. It's got really great lighting, so you can really see all the details. It's in a little bit of motion though, so it's also a tiny bit blurry because of that. Okay, give me a second. I want to take a drink of water. My nice mineral water. Okay, we're running out of room on this page. I'm going to turn it this way. I just realized my lamps are I'm trying a different lamp setup. So I've been having trouble with this camera. It casts a shadow if the lamps are where I used to keep them. So then I was putting them super low. But I encountered two issues that popped up yesterday. One of the issues has been popping up ever since I did that. Having them that low, like down here, I couldn't see my secondary monitor over here, which meant I couldn't really see the reference images that I'm working from right now, or anything that was in the light that was being reflected onto the monitor. The other issue that I encountered yesterday was having the lamps that low. This camera was struggling with its auto exposure. So just what I'm trying to do right now, you can see my arms. Hi! Trying to even out my lamps. They're a little bit off. So I'm just hoping that by, yeah. Oh, that does seem good. So I can still hold this up to the camera if I want. Let's see. Let's test it while I'm thinking about it. Does it cast a shadow? It does cast a bit of a shadow. So that's this, right? Right here. Let me see. Yep. Putting like this, way off to the side. Now the gooseneck is covering it. Man, it's so hard. Trying to see. watching, but it's hard because my arm casts the shadow, so it's hard to tell is the shadow from my arm. Yeah, it's definitely still casting a shadow here when I have the camera really close over here to the left of my sketchbook. Maybe if I have it off to the side, but down. How's that? It won't be even, but yeah, at least the shadow being cast by this camera, my primary camera, is way over here in this area on my secondary camera. And that's not bad. So the secondary camera is just to sort of show the supplies I'm working with. I realize they're not really very nicely centered in the camera there. So what about this one? Yeah, I can't put it down like this because it... Sorry about that crunching noise. That's just how these lamps are. I don't know why they make a crunching noise. Well, maybe I'll just have it be uneven. I always like to have them even so that when I have the, how it has this reflection of them. But now I've got this one way over here, so they're not even at all. But if I move this lamp, it blocks my view of my secondary monitor. I'm gonna put this like this. It's a little bit in my way. There. Oh well, anyway. We'll just have it be funny like this. Though it's kind of in my eyes. Grr! What do I do? Maybe I put it super low? Then we got some crazy shadows happening here. I'm gonna put it way higher. Put it like this. Nope, that shines in the... Dude, I don't even know. I don't know what to do. I don't like how that's super bright there either. Oh, what if I do this? Well, that's pretty good with the camera up this high. What about if I put it lower? Dang it. It's casting shadow right here. I'm gonna figure this out. Oh, I think I made my light a little cooler. Nope, I can't have it low on the left-hand side because that just shines into the monitor. This works. Once again, it's not even. It's got this super bright spot right here. But when I put my camera all the way down and I wiggle the lamp, there's no shadow happening over here. So that's just gonna have to be good. I wanted it this way, dang it. I'll bring this down farther. Since I went to all that effort, let's bring the camera down closer. Now, to draw, actually I want to do it this way, I think. To draw these, no, it's hard to decide. Maybe I'll draw it like this. Now to draw these bumblebee wings. Another set of bumblebee wings. It actually curves inwards and then curves outwards. And it's got that little ruffly edge. And it's wider, a lot wider at the bottom edge, and comes in. There's that big vein, and then that second vein comes and makes this triangle shape. This does seem to be the same on all the bees I've looked at so far and drawn. So that there's this triangle shape here formed by the vein along the outside, and then the first vein that's on the inside. And there seems to be 2 inside veins and 2 outside veins. So this one is a little hard to see the outside vein because there's a fuzzies happening right here. And then this one breaks off, and this seems to be the same too. It breaks off here and then goes straight across to this point where it's pinched in and it meets that outside vein. And then this second inside vein also meets at that point. So 3 veins meet at this inside point. It's kind of blurry, so it's hard to see, but it looks like there's actually one little vein down here, and then another one comes out like this, at least on this individual. Down here is where it seems like there's a little less uniformity between individual bumblebees. Though I just might not be able to recognize the pattern because there's so many things happening once you get to this point. It's hard to keep straight what you're looking at. I think maybe I'll draw a simplified version after I'm done with this page. Let's draw the wing on the other side, but since there's not enough room, I'll just draw it here. So first there's this fuzzies. Oh, I just realized you can't really see what I'm drawing. Okay, there's fuzzies. The inside part comes in, it's like pinched in and then it comes out. Then you got these nice ruffles. And then the outside part comes down, flares out, and I didn't leave enough room. Ran out of room on my paper. Once again, we've got this outside vein all along the top edge. And I can see that triangle shape. And then there's a diamond shape made. Here. So for my illustration, I'm not too worried about making it an exact 100% naturalistic representation of the bee, but I would like viewers who recognize these markings, these characteristics, to be rewarded when they say, hey, that looks like a such and such bumblebee. I wonder if it is. I wonder if it's based on that. So of course this project is just about teaching animal onomatopoeia with pretty illustrations. So it doesn't really matter that much which animal it is as long as it's recognizable from the image that this is a bee. But since it's also meant to be a pretty image and not just a simple illustrated learning tool, which most teaching illustrations are just super simple to get the point across. I'm trying to put illustration first and then teaching second. So that's what's important to me. That's actually what attracts my attention. That's the whole reason I started learning Japanese, was because the anime, manga, and video games are so beautiful that I was fascinated, and I have not stopped learning Japanese since. And that was, let's see, how old am I now? I'm 38, so I first started teaching myself Japanese when I was 14, so that was 14 years ago. So anyway, that's the thought behind this whole project. Well, I think that's good. Let's call this page good. I think it actually looks quite nice. Just a page of bee wings. So I kind of want to take all this information that I've been accumulating and try to simplify it so that when I draw my bees for the illustration, it'll be easier for me to draw the wings without having to resort to looking for a specific reference image that matches perfectly the angle and whatever lighting, whatever it is, of the bee as I've drawn it, which I've had to do before when something's really complicated. I'm like, I don't know. It especially happens with wings, with birds, feathers. Bug wings are obviously really complicated too. But I think that I can get a more formulaic. I'm looking at these images to try to. Maybe what I'll do is just go to the next page. Good. It's pretty good. Okay. So I'm going to, and let's date this because yesterday was a combination. There was some yesterday drawings and some today, but let's date this page. Let's see. So I think I'll draw just a single wing to start. Tucks in and then comes out. And then it has this ruffly edge. Tucks in and sort of pinches in. I actually can't tell if what I'm seeing in this picture is the secondary wing. Let me see if I can find an image that shows. Because when their wings are folded in, all four wings are folded in. And it's kind of hard to see the secondary wing on each side because it just gets tucked right under and it's hard to tell what's what. Oh, here's one with all four wings sticking out. It's actually the same picture I was working on last time. Oh, there we go. So I can tell which part is from this top wing and which part is from the bottom part of the wing. So it actually comes back out a bit and then goes into the connection point with the shoulder. So I'm going to make these notes. That's concave. And then convex. This is roughly. I'm going to put pinched in. then bends out. This is shoulder. What I'm trying to do here is not draw the wing really specifically to this reference image or any reference image. Instead, I'm looking for those shapes that I've been identifying. So it actually looks like there's a triangle shape on both sides of the wing. It's like from the shoulder down to this pinch point. So from here to maybe here. And halfway down there's a branching, and that's also where that third point of the triangle comes. It's harder to see, but the same sort of thing is happening over here as well. This one goes all the way down to this pinch point. And yeah, it comes around the same point. It's not as sharp a triangle, but it's around this same area here. So triangle 1, triangle 2. And then there's a vein that connects these two. And it's hard to tell how it ends because it gets so dark up here by the shoulder. So maybe this is like a rectangle shape in between. Okay. It looks like there might be... I can't tell if that's just a sort of fold in the membrane of the wing. Because on one side, it looks like another sort of rectangle, not all four corners rectangular. How can I say this? Looks like a four-cornered shape, but on the other wing, it looks like there might be a vein in the middle, but, well, I'm trying to make this more simple. So what I'm seeing, the simplest version, is from this point it comes straight down, and then the vein continues on this side as well to this pinch point. I'm calling it a pinch point. I don't think that's exactly what's happening, but there are some little wrinkles in the wing membrane that look like it's been pinched a little bit. So that's why I'm calling this a pinch point. There's like some little something here. I don't know what it is. Some little something. But in any case, this sort of rectangle shape comes this way. So we've got two triangles, two rectangles, but we also have quadrangle is the word I'm trying to look for. Quadrangle. So a four-cornered thing, but not all 45-degree angles. Now, this other quadrangle right here, it's hard to tell how it ends. The veins come together and touch one another, or they just sort of... Once again, on one wing, it looks like it does come together to form a point like up here, but it's just down here. But on the other side, it looks like they're a little farther apart and they end just sort of like that. But I suppose, thinking about the whole point of what I'm trying to do here, I should just pick. I'll just pick one because this is supposed to be the simplified version. In any case, there's definitely a vein here and a vein here. And as it comes from this outside edge, it comes down, not all the way though, maybe halfway between this point and the edge of the wing. And on this inside part, yeah, it just comes down like this. I think we'll just draw it like this. Have a quadrangle there. Like I said before, this part of the wing is where it starts getting really complex, and it's really hard to remember what part I'm looking at. It does seem like there's a vein that comes back up to the top. This top edge. Not all the way. There's another vein that comes down, so there's like this, and then this other vein comes down like this, and there's this little space here. Something like that. So we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrangles, 2 triangles, and a sort of oval shape. So far, there's still this last part to tackle. This is the bottom edge of the wing. And yes, there is one more vein coming down from here. I can't quite tell what's going on here. Maybe if I look at a different image. This one. Can't really see the veins that well because the wings are really well lit and they're very, very shiny. I'll look for a different one. Just need that last little look to finish my simplified version. I wonder if this one will help. The wings actually seem quite dark. Oh, they're too dark. Can't tell. Oh, it's too bad. Alright, I'll keep looking. Oh, here's one. Looks like it was taken in the shade or on a cloudy day. It's really nice. Aw, dang, but it's at an angle, so I still can't really tell what's going on with the veins. That's too bad, dang. Okay. Keep looking. Just want to finish these wings. This one looks promising. Dang it. I can see the veins, but all the wings are folded up on top of each other, so I can't tell what's what. Oh, here's the good one. Oh, and it's so pretty because of the flowers that this bee is eating. Here, I'll share this page. Boom. Beautiful. I might use these flowers, the color. Although, I just remembered I was thinking last night I should use some sort of white flower because all of these pieces, these animal onomatopoeia pieces that I have been doing, the animals themselves are super rainbow color. So I figured making the flowers more muted colored would probably be a good idea so they're not competing. But I don't know, maybe I'll make the flowers crazy colors too. We'll see when we get there. But this third picture in this series is perfect for what I'm trying to see. It shows really well. There is a little bit of overlap between the secondary wing and the primary wing on each side, but it's far enough apart that I feel like I can finish this simplification. So we've got this triangle here, the quadrangle here, the quadrangle here, the other triangle here. We've got this little oval shape. And on this individual, there's actually three. 1, 2, 3. And then one big one. And then one that looks like, so it's this part. Okay. So, let's see. So this, I've got this, this, and this. I've got this part. So it goes farther down. Then we need here, got this part. So this is part 1 of 3. Okay. Maybe I'll just do a circle here. Make it a little simpler. I might need to redraw this because this reference here is awesome. It shows the wings with such detail. Well, the part of the wings that I'm really interested in right now. The other images I was looking at are excellent for showing what the texture is. The texture and the, I don't know, the quality of the membrane, what it just, I don't know, it really gives a good idea of what it is like. This one does too, but it's so dark that it looks very different from those other images I was seeing. It's probably because this bee is hanging upside down from the flower. The other bee that was from top, so the sun was shining down. Yeah, let's do one more. The more I draw it, the more I solidify the information in my brain as well. Although, what time is it? Okay, we've got 8 minutes until break time. I'm gonna take another drink of water though before I start sketching some more. Okay. Let's do another wing. What would you call this? There's a word. There's a word for it. I can't think. Diagram. That's the word I wanted. Yeah. Wing diagram. Although I didn't draw this coming out nearly far enough, but once again, I'm just trying to map these general shapes. So this triangle comes out about halfway along the length ish, maybe a little shorter, give or take. Then we have a sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a, what do you call that? Quinquangle? What do you call a five-angled thing? Pentangle? Okay, Google. What do you call a five-angled shape?
On the website byju's.com, they say, pentagon. A pentagon is a geometrical shape which has 5 sides and 5 angles. Here, penta denotes 5 and gon denotes angle. The pentagon is one of the types of polygons.
But I think pentagon has to have the same angle on each side, you know? Hold on. I like being able to call things by their proper names. That's why we have billions and billions of words, so that we can be precise. Triangle. I'm going to put triangle, quadrangle. What? Is it seriously goes pentagon? No. What's the next angle? What's the 5-angle word? Regular pentagon, 5 equal edges and 5 equal angles. Ah, yes. Well, at least somebody is asking the question, I'm wondering. Math.stackexchange.com. Why do we use quadrangle and triangle, but pentagon and hexaetalgon? The English language uses a different form for regular polygons of 3 or 4 sides than for 5 and larger. Math historical explanation. Quadrilateral instead of quadrangle. Tetrahedron. Trigon shows up in trigonometry, for example. Quadrilateral and quadrangle and triangle all have Latin roots. Pentagon, hexagon are from Greek. That's why they don't match. Angle comes from Latin. Gon comes from Greek. Oh, this is interesting. So to say triangle, but to use the sort of Greek style would be to say trigon. And for quadrangle or quadrilateral, it would be tetragon. Trigonal, tetragonal. But there's no... Okay, so I think I just need to see what is the Latin for 5 instead of the Greek. Penta is Greek. What is 5 in Latin? Quinque. Quinctus. Quintus. Oh, yes, quintus. Quintus, okay. So it would be what? A quintrilateral? I'm trying to make up a word. Quinctus. Maybe I can ask the AI search engine. If quintus is 5 in Latin, how do you say 5-angled shape in Latin, such as like with triangle and quadrangle? Quinque. Angulus. Is this true? Oh, man. It says it would be called a quinquangulum. Is this true? A quinquangulum? How can I copy this? It would be a quinquangulum. I want to copy this. Oh, copy text. Here we go. I just want to search this word and see if it shows up on the internet. Quinquangulum. So it would be quinquangle. 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 There's a species of plant called that. It's the Eriocaulon quinquangulare. How to grow the Eriocaulon quinquangulare. Oh man, it's all coming up, this plant. Here's the plant that's the result. This quinquangulum doesn't exist. Quinquangulum. That's what Oh, somebody has quinquangle. Quinquangle. Oh, I found it. I found the word. And it's real. I'm so using this. Look at it. Oh, if my camera will focus. Come on, camera. Work with me here. Come on. There we go. Quinquangle means pentagon. I love consistency. So from now on, it's triangle, quadrangle, and quinquangle. Quinquangle. I gotta write this down. Triangle, quadrangle. We need consistency. And quinquangle. That's like, somebody needs to name a character that. Quinquangle. Ah, it's brilliant. I love it. The quinquangle. The quinquangle. And I'm pretty sure I know what's next. I think it's septangle. Septangle. No, it would be sextangle. Because septangle is 7. I think it's sextangle. Sextangle, septangle. Oh, it didn't search. Sextangle, septangle. Oh, it's really struggling to hear what I'm saying. I gotta type it. Okay. Why is it showing me swimming suits? What the heck? Oh, I guess it's a brand. Maybe if I search triangle, quadrangle. What was this? Quinquangle. This is the best. This is the best word ever. The quinquangle. Maybe it's just sexangle? Then it's definitely septangle. I've heard that one before. Oh, apparently quinquangle is archaic, according to Wiktionary. Wiktionary.com is archaic. What? Biangle? I don't know how that works. Oh, I guess if it's like this. Whoop. Whoop. Kind of. Maybe. Ah. There is sexangle, but it says obsolete. The sex means 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the septangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Although that didn't really end up being 7. I'll put it inwards a little bit so it actually has 7 sides. These aren't listed in order though on Wiktionary. It's not very helpful. Oh, but octangle makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Turning into Pac-Mans. Decangle. I bet that's 10. Yep, a decagon. No, me like the... I don't care if it's obsolete or archaic. I like consistency. Let's pick a language here for this angle stuff. Now, I also like because quadrangle, it doesn't necessarily have to be all right or even angles. But what's 9? Oh, here's pentangle too. Isn't that 10? That could be 5. What? There's pentangle as well. What? But isn't pent Greek? What? I like quinquangle. I like quinquangle best. You're right, because pent is 5. Makes sense. Quinquangle. There's no 9. How about octangle? Word for 9. Ooh, nonagon. I know I'm getting really distracted here, but now I want the complete set. Let's see, Latin numbers. Okay, novem. Oh, right. That's why it's September, October, November, December. Because they changed the calendar, and that's why they don't match. December is 10, but they changed the calendar. Anyway, it should be novem. So would it be novemangle? Let's search for novemangle. Nonagon. Oh, why can't I find it? I feel like it should be novangle. Or maybe novangle. Once I get to 10, I'll be happy. I just can't find it. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Searching. All the ones I've figured out so far. Biangle, triangle. Maybe I'll just find someone who has listed it. Quadrangle. Quinquangle. This is still the best. Quinquangle. Sexangle. Septangle. And octangle. And what was it? December, so decangle? Can't remember what they had on that one page I was looking at. Decangle, yep. Ah, Shump is helping me. A single recorded use. So novangle for 9. Oh, thank you, because I cannot find it. This list here on Wiktionary has everything but 9. It even has 2, which I'm like, what? How can you have 2? I think I figured it out, though. Novangle, thank you. Yay, I'm running out of space to draw my shapes, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then decangle, because December. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 6, 7, 8, 9. No, wait, that looks like 1. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There. Ah, thank you. Yay! And there's even precedent. Thank you for finding that. Now I must always remember that I have this. Oh, I went way over time looking this up. It's supposed to be my break time. I just wanted to know what to call the shape in here. Well, now we've figured out. A 2-point angle is a biangle. 3 points is tri. 4, quad. 5, quinquang. 6 is sex. 7 is sept. 8 is oct. 9 is nov. And 10 is dec. I did not know I'd be looking that up today, but now I'm really happy to have that information available for me to use. Okay, let's take a break. 11 minutes over. So I'm going to put my be right back sign up. I hope everybody else will also take the opportunity to take a little break. I'll be back in 5 minutes. everyone, I'm back. I hope you had a great break. I just stretched out really good, feeling great. Ready to get back to drawing this wing. This is sort of, we'll just leave this as 4 angles. It's really hard. It looks like there might be a 5th angle right here on this little section. We'll just leave it. So this one comes down, not all the way though, to the halfway point. We've got this little shape. I guess it's more like a triangle too. And then this top vein does go all the way down to the end of the wing. And then we've got one maybe at this point and one maybe at this point. And here this vein connects back in here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. So we've got 2 shapes right here, about halfway through this shape, comes out, and it comes around up here, and then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is my favorite thing, a quinquangle. Quinquangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does it come straight down? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I drew it sticking out, but it needs to come down like this. There we go. Then it comes down like this and connects there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this bottom one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's also 5. Sort of curves down, and then it's pretty angular here. Alright, we're getting there. These all connect like this. Hello, Aoife, you decided to come back in? Oh, I gotta let Chappie in because the door was open, but it was closing, and she won't push it open on her own. There you go. You can hear their little freshly trimmed nails tip-tapping on the floor. There. Now they both plop down in their beds, and they're ready to get back to work too. Okay, so here, there's a vein that comes across, but I want to finish this side first so that it can come to meet it at the appropriate spot. So right here, here's this quadrangle in the middle of the wing. This comes straight across right here. And then here's the outside vein on the inside part of the wing, and it comes to that pinch point, what I'm calling a pinch point. And let's see. Oh, I'm a little confused about what I'm seeing. Is that from below? I think that's the wing below that I'm seeing. So here's this other vein. Comes straight down and makes this big triangle. And then here's this quadrangle here at the top. Here's the quadrangle in the middle. Comes down to the pinch point as well. And then from this point is another vein growing pretty much straight down. And in the middle of the bottom one here, we've got this growing out. And it goes pretty much all the way to the bottom of the wing. So that's there. And this grows in that way. oops, close that off, but I think I can remember what it was supposed to be. So here's this shape has been completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. So another wonderful quinquangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here we've got an interesting shape because it doesn't just have an angle, it has a distinctive bump in it at the bottom. Just comes along here. Just follows and closes these off. Here, a bump up and connects there. I think I'm going to use some white ink to help myself see, future me, see which parts where I accidentally put ink where I didn't want it or I didn't realize I wouldn't want it. I'm just going to use some white ink to bring that back so this diagram is more clear about how all these wing veins are connecting. There's actually several areas where I closed off that connection too soon. Right here as well. Oh, here too. Doesn't have to be perfectly covered, just has to be enough that when I look at this diagram in the future for reference as I'm drawing my bumblebees for this illustration, I can use this as a map, as a blueprint for all the wings, all the characters in the scene. Speaking of wings, there's a little tiny fly in here or something. I think you can see it. My Garmin watch just told me to let's get moving, but I was just moving. I was so stretching and everything. What the heck, Garmin? You didn't notice that? Okay. I think that's good enough. The tip of my brush pen seems to be getting worn down a bit since yesterday. I'm going to get something a little thinner to write. This'll work. Fine liner. This'll work. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm writing the order in which I think it would be most useful to draw these parts when I draw the wings. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then this part just gets left. Although with this specific specimen, this individual bee, it almost looks like there's veins coming down from here. But I'll just leave it because on other individuals, it did not look like there were any veins at all in that bottom part of the wing, except on this outside edge. Nice. So I've got my diagram for the main primary wing. I'm calling it the primary wing because it's the biggest one, but it's probably necessary to have all the wings. But we'll just call it primary because it's the biggest one. Now I'm hoping to find, I remember there was one at the beginning of this list of lovely photos that had a pretty good view of that secondary wing. Because I want to draw that as well. Then I'll have a diagram for both. Ah, it was this one. Keep coming back to this one. Now that I realize, I think the chat isn't working on my stream. It says it's on, but there's nothing popping up. It's weird. Maybe the settings got changed. It's not supposed to disappear. Oh well, I'll look into that later because I keep spending time doing stuff that's not working on my project, so. Oh yeah, it's totally not working. Shump just put a new message. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I just noticed. I was like, wait. I've been posting the links to these images so that people could look at the same image I'm looking at, but it's not popping up. It says it's on. Properties. Maybe Streamlabs is down because it's a Streamlabs widget. That's too bad. Well, like I said, I'll try not to focus on it right now. Try to stay focused. We only have 32 minutes left in this stream. Okay, so this bottom wing. It's kind of hard because it has these sort of bumps in it. But overall, it's a fairly flat top edge. It's like 1, 2, 3. And it curves around. Oh, thank you for looking into that. I bet that's why it's not working. Streamlabs is down or something. Well, I'm glad it's not just me having another technical issue on my end. And I guess that's a silver lining to not having much chat today. Then folks watching this later not going to miss out too much. Although I posted those links for almost nothing because I was hoping they'd show up on the chat and be there for the recording later. Oh well. Okay, so for the bottom part of the wing, it actually comes up in a pinch. I think I drew it a little bit up too high. It has a pinch on it too. This same inside part, but I drew it up a little bit too high. And then it comes back out like this. Or I think it does. I can't see this part because it's covered by the upper wing. Oh, and this is one of those views from the top that's hard to tell exactly what's a vein and what's just a wrinkle in the membrane, the wing membrane. So I think I'll look at this background one and just use it. There seems to be way less veins. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 3 main branches. So first, it's got this one comes here and then branches downward. Seems to go all the way down to the bottom and then curves. Like that. But the vein continues along the top edge. Does it come to meet? I can't tell. Dang, this is the best reference I've found for the bottom wing, but I still can't tell. There's definitely another vein that comes here and connects at this pinch point. And it seems to connect about halfway down here to this vein over here. Well, since this is the underwing, maybe I can just wing it. Let's just say it connects here. I'm going to take a little artistic license. We'll just say it connects to this one. And then it definitely comes all the way across, just like that top wing, all the way across to the very end. So what am I seeing in this part? I gotta try to find another image. I can't tell what's going on. Need another good reference of that bottom wing. So they can't be all folded up because the bottom ones basically disappear when they're all folded up. These ones are open, but they're still at least halfway covered. Keep going. Here's the one I was looking at before with those beautiful blue flowers. Yeah, it's really hard to tell what's going on because it's covered up by the upper ones, but it seems to have the same thing what I've already drawn here, this one and this one coming all the way or almost all the way to this bottom edge. And then there's this connection. So I am seeing this connection. It's slightly different than that other bee, but I guess we could just leave that. And then there seems to be another vein coming out this way. And then I can't see the rest. But that did give me another little puzzle piece, so that's nice. Let's keep looking. So maybe what I have already, it looks pretty good, I think, what I have already, especially once I clean up these extra lines that I don't need. But I'll scroll for another minute, see if anything really clear pops up in this amazing, awesome gallery. All this time I've been doing all these animal-based illustrations, including my griffin ones. And it wasn't until the last one that I realized iNaturalist was an excellent resource for learning what the animals look like, even though I have an account on iNaturalist because I have used it in the past to help people identify animals that I know and to post, and it doesn't just have animals, you can post mushrooms or you could post plants in your yard or wherever you are, and people will help you identify them. So even though I've been a member of this website for a long time, I just didn't think of it as a resource for art. But I'm not going to forget now. That's the first place I went this time. It's like, oh yeah, I bet there's a million pictures, and there are. Well, I'm happy I am seeing more flying images. It really looks like I'm going to have to do those squiggly lines to show flying because that's pretty much how the wings are not really visible at all. It's just a shiny blur. Oh, This set of images looked really promising, but they're all from the front of the bee, so you can't really see the wings very well. I was hoping the series of images would show the bee turned around or something, but no. These are so cute with the bee's butt just sticking out of the flower. It is so cute. Oh man. There's another one. Boop. You go, bee. Good work out there. Working hard. Being cute. Alright. I give up. This is just going to be my template. We are going to call this good enough. So I'm just going to use my white gel pen to fill in the inked areas that I don't want anymore. Show that these veins are all connected. There's nothing separating them. They just branch off. Oh, and this is just, I drew this a little too sharp of an angle, so this has got to go. This whole line's got to go. I'll let that dry and then add a little bit more ink in a second. Right now it's kind of viscous and it's pulling the ink up instead of putting it down. Although that might be good enough for, this is just a sketch so that I can tell what I So really there's only 4 parts as divided by the veins. Well, I guess this is the easiest one to draw first, and then this one. And we'll say 3. And this one is 4. I'm putting these numbers so that when I go to draw the wing, if I have any bees that do have their wings depicted, which I do want to have, I want to have most of them flying so that they're going buzz, 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 buzz. So that's what the sound they make is from their wings. But having some doing other stuff is good too. It's good to have a variety of things happening in the scene. It's more interesting. Yeah, it's as good as it's gonna get, it looks like. Covering that much ink with a gel pen. Okay, that's pretty good. Especially on camera, it covers it even better. It looks better on camera than it looks in real life. Well, I guess since I put 4 right here, well, I guess, it's hard to say. We'll say 11. No, we'll say 12 here. There. So I need to draw the inside shapes in order to get the veins to look right. It's easier to draw the shapes than to try to draw the veins and make the veins make the shapes, if that makes sense. So, let's see, bottom wing. And top wing. Boom. I'll leave that out in case I want it again. Wow. I want to put a sticky note on here so that I remember that I have this. Do I have any tiny sticky notes? Oh, here. My sketch kit. My drawing kit. So put it here. And I'll have this little sticky. And hopefully that will help me remember that I have these lovely diagrams that I created for myself. Let us move on. Wait, let me put what this is. Oh, Hunt's. I put the apostrophe in the wrong spot. But Hunt's bumblebee. Simplified. Wing diagram. Boom. Now go to the next page and let's do some more general sketching for the rest of the stream probably. Put my pen on there so my camera has something to focus on. Maybe. Come on, camera, wake up. There we go. Now I want to go to some of those other flying bee photos that I passed by when I was looking for other stuff. Drew those ones yesterday. Drew that one. I wonder if I could sort. I can't really. I wanted to see if I could filter by keyword or something, but you just have filter by place, which is what I did. All of these photos are from my area, or at least I thought they were. Maybe they're not. Well, I thought they were. I'm actually not sure now. Whatever, it's fine. Well, it is pretty close. Oh, yeah, it's just gonna be from my area. I clicked on one of the images and there's a lovely map of where the images were taken. And it's all the western United States, western, like southwestern Canada, and some in Mexico too. So Boise is like right in the middle of their territory. Ooh, here's one. I think it's landing. Looks like it's landing or maybe leaving, departing. Can't tell, but either way, the wings are up and it's coming in. And I'm seeing that curve already that I noticed yesterday. And as you can see, it's little pincers on its front of its face in this picture. So there's this fuzzy patch in the middle of its forehead, and that's where the antennae come out. Right in the middle. And the antennae are jointed. The second half, farthest from the forehead, is longer. So it's got this curve because it seems to be coming up over the flower. So here's this was the thorax. Okay, maybe I drew it a little big. Maybe it was a little big, but this one's just a really fluffy bumblebee. There's this black patch where the wings mark the edges of the black patch on the shoulders. And we've got a front leg visible here with looks like a little, I don't know, a little claw or something. And it's hard to see because the flower is coming up too, but I think this is the other leg. Curved under. A little foot sticking out like this. I drew it too high up. Can't actually get the wings in the picture because I made it really big. I made it really big and fluffy. You can really see the hairs coming off the back leg where it stores the pollen. And it seems to me that it just sort of packs the pollen in there. It doesn't have like a sac that it puts it into. It's just these hairs are sticking out and then they start to get full and full and full and full of pollen. That's what I have noticed since I looked up what those big orange bits were on that first bee that I was looking at. So you can see this overall curve from the head coming over and then curving down like this. Let me try to draw it smaller now. Try to get the whole body in. Try to be more simple with my drawing. Here you can just barely see an indication of a wing, but you can't even see that blur effect. It's just moving so fast. Just doing a really simple contour line drawing, almost a blind contour drawing, just looking sometimes at my page. Not bad. Not bad. Let's look for another one. Dang. Here's a great flying one, but it's quite blurry, so I can't really... I mean, I don't know, maybe this is a good opportunity to just get basic shapes. Yeah, look at me looking down on the blurry image, and then it actually has plenty of value. Boom. Just so cute how it has the different colored segments on the body. It's just so cute. Can't really tell what's going on with the legs. It looks like it has tons of pollen on its back leg. Just sort of general black shapes here because you can't really see the different parts. The wings are just barely, they look more like a highlight than any other thing. They're not defined in any way other than reflecting some light. Make them bigger. Seems like the wings might be about as long as the body. Can't tell. Maybe a little shorter. Oh, the angle of the head is a little off. Somewhere like that. Sweet. Is this fellow flying? Wow, totally is, and you just can't see the wings at all. There's maybe, because I'm imagining where the wings should be, it's just sort of hovering. Once again, it always has this shape, this curved shape. Oops. Oh well. I drew that antenna a little bit wrong, but that's okay. And I love how there's a little widow's peak. Well, I guess it's a reverse widow's peak because the fuzz is coming out of the middle of the forehead. I kind of want to remember that. I'll probably do a simplified version of the whole bee's body before I move on to sketching for the actual illustration. And then when I do that, I want to make this a heart shape because I think that would be cute if they all had little heart shapes on their foreheads. Dang, I can't really tell what's going on with the legs, but it does seem like they're all tucked in together or something. It's a jumble of legs here. It's not really easy to tell what's happening with them. And you can just barely see the black part at the end. So this is that shape, that curve shape I keep talking about. The head is carried down and then the back end curves down as well. You can see that curve here too. Okay, hold on. It was actually cool enough in here that not until now did I need to take my sweater off. Whew. And I'll have me a sip of water while I'm at it. Alright, looking for another flying bee. Or at least, I guess they don't have to be flying per se. They can just have their wings moving because that's what I'm seeing with this bee. I'm going to go to a whole new page for this one. Maybe it had just come into land or something. Anyway, it is on the flower. Yeah, it's got to be coming into land because the one leg is hanging on, but another one is still flying around in space. So anyway, they don't have to be unattached to anything flying in the middle of flying from something to other. As long as their wings are doing stuff, that means they should be making the boom boom sound, the buzz buzz sound, so. Yeah, and there is actually, and you can see it really clear like here, a line that goes down the back, all through the different patterns of fur. Yeah, I think the wings will be something, depending on the individual that I draw, what they're supposed to be doing, what the character is supposed to be doing. Might be something I don't even draw with ink, because the final piece will be colored with digital and all kinds of effects and speech bubbles and stuff like that added with digital media. So with wings like these, where they're just so blurry, it's more like just a soft, foggy color on top of everything else. Might be best just to add the wings in with digital media and not have any hard edges from drawing. But I can't really draw them with ink on paper without doing some sort of line, so. This one has a little front leg coming out right by its face. Not drawing things as fuzzy as they should be, since I'm just trying to get the general idea of the shapes. I think the bee must be black underneath and then grows these hairs out. Because I've noticed before that there's a little shiny patch right here in between these two areas of black fur. And then between each segment of fur here, it looks like there's black. And I don't know if that's because it's black fur growing out or if it's because like black skin. Or I suppose it's exoskeleton because it's an insect instead of skin. Alright, and we still need a back leg on here. And then I think it's pretty much time to go. Whee! Little foot's flying up there. It's cute. I love drawing animals. Animals are so cute. Ah, yep, perfect timing. Exactly time to call it a day. Guess I'll do what I did yesterday and go through one last flip through of what we worked on today. So I finished filling this page with sketches of bee wings and then started to diagram and simplify them. But then something gave me trouble, so I started again. And then I got distracted for like 20 minutes trying to get the Latin words for triangle, quadrangle, and my favorite one, quinquangle. And then we figured out sexangle, septangle, octangle, novangle, and decangle. And then, of course, we just finished with some more sketches of flying hunts bumblebees. Alright. It looks like it's just me and Shump here, so I think I'm going to take it easy today and not raid. So I'm going to call it good. Let's see, I got to get OBS so I can actually end the stream. There we go. Alright, I will be back tomorrow, same time as usual, with some Chibi Friday. Maybe we can finish the last Twitch subscriber badge. That would be awesome because next week I'm going on vacation, so it always feels really good to finish a project right before going on vacation. So I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching.